Hello and welcome back to part 10 of Skyward Sword. In this part I have a very special guest with me. That guest is...
Hey guys, TheRhysWyrill here. Yeah, that's it.
Yep, so I have TheRhysWyrill with me, and yeah, we're going to go into this temple now.
And remind me, which temple is this? I've never played the game, so yeah.
This is the first temple in the game. It's the Deep Woods Temple.
Quite funny how it always seems to be based around the woods for
Yeah.
the first temple.
They always
Just
seem
really
to be...
kind of noticed that, yeah.
They always seem to be grass or something like that, fire or something like that, and then, like, water.
Either that or something to do with earth.
Yeah.
So just thinking back to like A Link to the Past, the first sanctuary you go into is the earth one.
Yeah, so like, there's a lot of like parallels between this game and like Ocarina, so like, I guess, would this be somewhat similar to like the first temple in the game of Ocarina?
Sort of, but on Ocarina of Time it was the Great Deku Tree. So, this is kind of similar, I suppose.
I guess, I mean, it's kind of got the whole woods thing going on.
Yeah. And the whole cobwebs and stuff. That's quite cool.
Yeah, and then in the next dungeon it also has to do with fire, which is kind of similar to like,
Ocarina.
yeah, like the Death Mountain.
Yeah. The Dongo's Cavern or whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's that. Pretty sure.
But yeah, this
But I've
dungeon...
actually noticed it. I think this is... Oh wait, you go first.
This dungeon is probably the easiest dungeon in the entire game. Really straightforward.
But I've noticed that, I don't know, I've not played Twilight Princess, but it looks to me as if this is like one of the few Legend of Zeldas where you actually are an adult when you start.
Mm-hmm.
It's like in most of them you're a kid and then you go into the future and you're an adult. With the exception of the Game Boy Advance games and the Wind Waker, but
Yeah.
that's it, I think. All the other ones you start as a kid and then go to an adult. Oh, and Majora's Mask.
Yeah, that one too.
Yeah, just remembered.
Yeah, you never go back in time, or I don't think it even references a hero to the time yet, because like chronologically that wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I think it's funny that
They always seem to have the backstory at the start.
yeah.
Oh, wait.
I think it's funny that like the creators of this game basically said that this is the very first game in the timeline, and I think that's funny only because they acknowledge the timeline in general, because that whole timeline thing started on the internet.
Yeah. Well, some game logics don't make much sense. It's like they bring out several games, then bring out another one, and that's based before all the other games before it.
Yeah. And I think like
I can understand it's like kind of giving you backstory, but
yeah,
even still.
I think it's like really I think it'd be almost impossible. Well, not really impossible because some people have tried to do it, but it's just like kind of ridiculous that people can like put all these games in order when intentionally they were never meant to be in any order whatsoever. I guess other than the first
Yeah,
two.
they were just separate names. Yeah. Wait, I can't remember what the first two were.
It was just The Legend of Zelda and Legend of Zelda 2 on the NES.
Ah, right. So, like, old games.
Yeah.
I've played them. I think the first Zelda game I played was either Link's Awakening on the Game Boy, A Link to the Past, or one of the N64 games.
Yeah, I think the first one I played was Legend of Zelda 2, and that was not the not the best game to play first because it's the hardest.
Really?
Yeah.
But if you think all the puzzles on a Legend of Zelda game, they always seem to be quite challenging, considering the age rating they give the game.
Yeah, I have to say that this is probably people say it's the best Zelda game that's come out so far, but it is definitely the easiest Zelda game that's ever come out.
Yeah. Do you not find it kind of annoying with the stamina bar, or do you think that's like quite a cool new feature?
I like it a lot. I really don't see anything wrong with it, but I could see why people would be annoyed with it, you know, because like, all games haven't had that, and now all of a sudden they're just trying to force it upon you.
Yeah. I've seen it quite a bit, and it just looks like it adds a bit more of a challenge to some of the things you have to do.
Yeah, like you can't just... Well,
it's like, if you hang... Oh wait.
I think that, the whole reason that they added the stamina bar in was mostly because they wanted a run feature, which they didn't have in like Ocarina and whatnot. And they were like, well, you can't really run forever, so I guess you have to be able to have something to slow you down.
I suppose it's a way of them making it a bit more realistic as well.
Yeah.
And like, I think with the stamina bar, you can't like hang on a ledge forever, can you? It slowly drains over time, doesn't it?
Yep.
Oh. Alright. I'm trying to think of what... But the only thing I find that would probably annoy me about Skyward Sword is probably the little, like, controller things at each side of the screen.
Oh, yeah. You can take those off, actually.
Oh, can you? I was actually going to ask that, but... Well, I don't need to know.
Yeah.
I suppose it helps new people instead of giving them a tutorial on controls. It just lets them get straight into the game. So.
Well, I guess there's that, except the only thing wrong with that is that Fee, which is basically the Navi of this game, she explains way more than Navi does.
So basically she's even more annoying.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, great.
The only thing that she doesn't do is, when you lock onto an enemy, she doesn't say, watch out, or anything like that. But she does repeat herself. Actually, in a later video, I'm in the middle of a boss battle, and then she's like, her icon is clicking like it is right now, and I click down, and she's like, you have 300 rupees, you can't carry any more. I'm like, really? I'm in the middle of a boss battle, and that's what you had to tell me?
Oh my god. I'd say the most annoying thing that I found Navi do was like, in the first dungeon, it was like when you walked up to a door. It's like when you first get in front of a door, press A and you will go through it. It's just like, really? I'm pretty sure I would have thought of that myself. But yeah, some of the things they say made me laugh.
You see, but Fee is kind of like Navi, only
but
way more logical.
Does the fairy have... Which one would you say is more annoying?
I'd say this one because Fee has a whole lot more text.
Right. Does it still have the little annoying, hey, listen, listen stuff?
No.
No? Oh, that's alright then. But I suppose if it talks a lot more, then that's probably worse.
And that's one thing, is that Navi can go away, you know, like her little icon when she tries to talk to you, but Fee's will not stop. This, like, her icon right now has been blinking forever.
Oh god. That's it. The one thing that really annoyed me about Navi is when I got in front of a door with, like, bars on it, or a key in front of it, and then I got stuck on the door, and then all you heard was just loads of little haze, because she didn't have enough time to say, hey, listen. It was just like, hey, 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 hey. That made me. I think that was in like the shadow or the bottom of the well, something like that. Anyway. Oh, it's so annoying. But it's just like 12 of them in a row.
I don't really talk to Fee that much, only because she'll talk forever, and when she stops finishing like explaining something, she'll just be like, would you like me to explain that again? It's like, no, I think I'm good.
So basically, Fee has the feature of the owl now.
Yeah.
Oh great, that's even worse. I hated that feature, mainly because I ended up going over the same bit of text about 6 times.
Yep.
Just because I ended up skipping it and then pressing the button a bit too, like one too many times.
Yep, that's definitely
And I'm pretty
what
sure
Fee does.
everybody's done that at least once. Yeah.
And damn, this is where I waste all my DP seeds and I have to go find more.
Are there any new items? Like, well, I'm guessing there will be, but do they still use some of the classic ones?
You get a bow, just like all the other ones. You get a slingshot, you get a, you get the little beetle thing, you get the whip. So I guess those are all kind of new.
Oh yeah. Well, actually, yeah, even the slingshot's new because you can use it as an adult.
Yeah.
I never really got the logic behind that in Ocarina of Time anyway. How come an adult couldn't use a slingshot? I mean, it's not like his hands would be too big just to pull a string back.
I guess
But
they just kind of
I
see...
suppose that was just a way of making you use the bow.
I guess they just kind of see, like, the bow being more of an adult thing than a slingshot.
Yeah, I suppose. One of the most annoying things, oh god, I can't remember Mike, that I encountered on my LP was getting a Pona.
Getting a what?
Because you've got to race that guy. On my LP, you know, a Pona, the horse.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, the way you get it is by racing the owner of Lon Lon Ranch twice. I lost so many times and just couldn't stop shouting. It wasn't good. There was one point when I thought I won, so I ended up unpausing the recording, and because I did that, I ended up losing. And that just made me even more annoyed. So that was basically me just unpausing, shouting at the screen, and then pausing again. So yeah. That was... Well, it was fun, but it wasn't fun. Because I had to do the same thing so many times.
That's like, later in this game, I come across a boss, and, you know, the first time I played this game, the boss lasted me like 5 minutes, but in this part, for some reason, I lasted like 15 minutes with this boss, and I was just like, oh my god, why were you so easy and now you're so hard?
Yeah. Oh, is that what you was mentioning on the Skype call? Because I think you put something like this dungeon is so easy, and then later on you was like, oh my god, this boss is so difficult.
Yeah. They lure you into thinking it's an easy boss, and then they throw this obnoxious boss at you that just whoops on you.
Yeah. You could just imagine them just plotting that, really. Just like, we'll just make it a really easy temple, but an impossible boss.
He's basically almost impossible when, like...
I don't know why, I could just see that happening.
This temple is basically just a whole lot of running back and forth and doing small little things. I'm basically just trying to rise the water. And that's it.
Alright. How do you raise the water in this game then? Is it just like switches?
Well, they're kind of like gems, almost, that you hit and they kind of just, I don't know, like separate.
Alright, yeah. Oh yeah, I've actually seen you hit one of them, I think. They like turn red when you hit them, don't they? And then split into so many pieces.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, I know what you're on about then.
I think they kind of have some of those in Ocarina too.
Yeah, you hit them and they turn yellow, and then they've got the timed effect on them.
Yeah, these ones are the same thing, except they're not the timed effect.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did anyway. Yeah.
And I don't know where I am going right now. Watching myself, like, play a game after recording it, I'm just like, what are you doing, stupid?
Think, like, why didn't I go over here? Yeah, I've done that so many times. It's just like when I'm recording and watch it back just to see if everything's alright, I'm just looking and I'm just thinking, why the hell did I go over there? I needed to be in the opposite direction.
Yeah, like, what am I looking
stuff like
at?
that.
There's an X on the map that I need to go to, and I just can't see it or something.
Yeah.
Now I do.
So the worst thing I've done so far is, because of what I used to record, you can either choose to have your mouse on or mouse off, and because I've got two LPs, on one of them I need the mouse on, so you can see what I'm doing, and one you need the mouse off. I ended up turning the mouse off and then recording Ocarina of Time, and I've got the mouse in the middle of the screen, and I didn't even notice when recording. I noticed as soon as I stopped recording.
Oh man.
Which is typical, really. I noticed, I was like watching the screen, and then I just saw the mouse cursor, I thought it was mine, so I moved it, and I was like, oh crap, that's what I recorded.
That's like, when I started recording parts to this, around the second part,
stuff like that happens.
Around the second part, I was like, I recorded this like 20-minute long video, only to go back and realize that there was no audio to it, and I was like, wow.
Yeah, that I used to. Yeah, I've done that before. That's why I now do like.
So yeah.
Okay. Aye. Go away, T-Mobile. I don't want your icon. Oh, that's just annoying. I've got like a big icon stuck on my screen.
Really?
Because I hover over it and now it won't go away. Wait, if I hover over it again, maybe it'll disappear. Nope, it's just appeared twice. God damn it.
It's okay, not much going on, just fighting a gigantic spider.
Oh yeah. Fortunately, it's just in like the bottom right of my screen, but it's...
Sweet. Now I think we get... What do we get? I think we get the dungeon map. Nope, we get a key.
I'm gonna say that looks like a boss key, but I don't know, I could be wrong. Oh no, the boss key chests look completely different.
Yeah, this one just unlocks the door to keep going.
Yeah, they're like the silver key sort of things.
These, this game doesn't actually have boss rooms keys or anything like that.
I didn't think that Ocarina of Time did until you get into your adult form, which was a bit of a surprise to me in the second time round.
Instead, this game has, like, it uses the Wii remote to turn this sort of, like, tablet that you just press into the door and it unlocks it.
Alright. That sounds a bit easier.
You would think, but the Wii remote does handle quite crappy when it comes to rotating things.
Stuff like that, yeah. Yeah, I kind of remember that from other games on the Wii, which require you to like turn things with the Wii remote. You end up trying to turn it one way and then it ends up going the other way.
Yeah, it was even worse in Twilight Princess, so I guess it's an improvement.
Is it? Yeah, I suppose.
And I spend the rest of this part running around looking for some Deku seeds for my slingshot.
That sounds like something I'd do. It's just like, I remember when like I first started recording, I was like such a, I don't know, like OCD person. Because it was like, if I had one item that had like 2 off the max, I just have to get it up to the max. But I've stopped doing that now because it just takes up too much time.
Yeah, like, I literally walk into this room, all I need is 1 Deku seed. I try to pull my slingshot, nothing happens. I'm like, are you kidding me? I just need 1 Deku seed and I can get into that room and get my beetle and I won't even need the slingshot anymore.
Oh my.
Can I do this for the next?
I remember when I ended up wasting my bomb. Like, I ended up wasting my bombs just because of the analog stick on my Xbox controller. Because it's nothing like the C stick on like a GameCube or anything. It's like a lot easier. Say if you press down, it'll end up going right instead. So yeah, I've ended up wasting a lot of bombs that way.
And I went all throughout the room just to realize my DQ seeds were right by the door I entered in. Awesome.
Oh my. I hate it when things like that happen. You spend so long searching for something and then it turns out it's like right next to you. The first place.
These guys are
Whoa,
also
what the hell?
Arena.
Is that a skeleton? Oh, they're like the skeleton warriors. They're so annoying.
These ones I think are like
Probably
way harder
not on
than the ones in Ocarina.
But how far did you actually get on Ocarina? Have you completed it?
I haven't completed it yet.
Oh.
I've gotten pretty far, because like 1 month I was just like, I'm gonna try to grind right through this game, and I never did.
Yeah, the first time I ended up completing it was in 1 day. I spent like 8 hours on it and I ended up completing it.
Wow.
I didn't collect everything, I was just like speedrunning. I was very happy with all that. But I was also very annoyed by the bosses and the water temple.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I'm finished with that.
Hate the water temple.
Never have to go again. I think it's the worst one out of all of the temples.
Definitely.
Why couldn't they put that first so, like, you go? Yeah, they should put that first so you get the bitchiest one out of the way, and then continue with the easier one.
Well, we got our beetle, so that's the end of this part. We'll see you guys in part 11. Feel free to hit that subscribe button and like this video.